Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Vic and today we're going to be reviewing some tasty Easter snacks. As it is Easter month, I thought that I would try the various different things that I've seen in supermarkets cropping up for Easter. Mainly some hot cross buns from M&S because they have brought out a Dippy egg hot cross bun, which is basically essentially a cream egg inside of a hot cross bun, which sounds horrific but also so delicious. So I wanted to try those, but I also thought because Easter eggs are so expensive at the moment, to get a big one it's like 10 quid, which is obscene. So I thought I would try some mini Easter eggs so that I can kind of show you guys what it's like to have like the cheaper options, because who's spending 10 quid on an egg? Not me. I'm going to spend 10 quid on mini eggs instead. But we've got Ferrero Rocher eggs, we've got Kinder Bueno eggs, we've got After 8 and Kit Kat eggs as well. So I thought I would do a taste test of all these different things to kind of tell you what I think of them, because I love Easter, I love the Easter treats, but these are the more kind of affordable options rather than the crazy big prices for the big eggs. So let's dive into it. I'm mainly excited for these Dippy egg hot cross buns from M&S because they sound crazy and I can't wait to try them. But I'm gonna try the eggs first because hot cross buns are quite filling and I don't wanna get too full for the eggs. So I'm gonna go straight into the eggs. First up, we have the Ferrero Rocher crispy eggs. Now I love Ferrero Rochers, they are like the best chocolates ever. These were quite expensive, they were £3 and I don't think you get that many, but I feel like they're gonna be tasty. You get quite a few. Okay. They look like Ferrero Rochers. Also, I absolutely love Ferrero Rochers. I've actually even got covers for my Ferrero Rochers. 1 second. How cute are these? These are my Ferrero Rocher sheep. I bought these from a local shop and it's literally a cover for your Ferrero Rocher. How cute is that? Anyway, I can put my mini eggs in them once I've eaten those Ferrero Rochers. But let's get back into the eggs. I'll just show you that. These are what they look like. They're quite a decent size actually. Let's bite into them. Oh, whoa, it's split the other way. Oh my goodness. It's like a Ferrero Rocher bit in an egg. Basically, a normal Ferrero Rocher, but without the nuts stuck to the outside. Okay, so I've realised it says 10 eggs here, so it's 30p an egg. Disappointing. It tastes just like a Ferrero Rocher. I love Ferrero Rochers, they're really good. I'd say they're probably better because they're more nutty, they're more wafery. These are literally just the exact same, but probably more expensive for Easter. So I'm gonna give these, taste-wise, a 10 out of 10 because Ferrero Rochers are great. But for innovation and something different for Easter, they're getting a 3 because it's just a less nutty Ferrero Rocher. Wow. Next up, we have the Kinder Bueno eggs. Now, I feel like these are gonna taste like Kinder Buenos, but just in an egg form, like the Ferrero Rochers. Initially, when I picked all these up, I was like, whoa, these are so different. I'm coming to realize that they're probably all very similar to what they actually are. But you can't go wrong with a Kinder Bueno. Now, these were a little bit cheaper. I actually can't remember the exact price. I think they were like £2.69. Again, very similar to the Ferrero Rocher, wrapped in tinfoil. I reckon I could probably split this and show you what it looks like inside. Like a Kinder Bueno. I mean, it looks good. Let's put it back together and eat it. Okay, just as I suspected, exactly like a Kinder Bueno, just in an egg form. So for taste, they get a 10 out of 10 because they're delicious, but for innovation and difference, because it's Easter, 3 or even a 2 out of 10. It's literally just shaped like an egg and more expensive. Next up, we have probably everyone's hated chocolate, the After 8. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever we have a bag of, or like a box of After 8s, they stay in the cupboard for years. They never ever get eaten. Yeah, they're quite nice, but who chooses an After 8? I don't know. So I don't know what these are gonna be like. Probably just like an After 8. However, the cream that you get in an After 8 is quite solid. So I feel like from the photo, this makes me think they're gonna be a little bit more creamy. But we might have a theme going on here. So they are wrapped exactly like an After 8 and all the other eggs in tinfoil. Smells like an After 8. Oh, it's just, I don't know about minty chocolate. I feel like it's quite an older generation thing. But I don't know. This time, this one's split kind of half and half this way. So let's see if we can break it. Oh, it's solid. No, I don't think we are. Okay, we're gonna have to bite into it. I reckon it's quite dark chocolate as well. Oh, Where's the cream? Is it only in one side? What the hell? Oh. Okay, it's in there. So it's done separately for each half. Drum roll. It tastes just like an After Eight. It's all in my teeth as well. Okay, nothing innovative. The only thing I would say, it's more creamy and more minty than an After Eight because you've got that thick layer of cream rather than just a thin layer. It is nice, don't get me wrong. It does taste just like an After Eight, and if you're an After Eight fan, I would say these are more different than the Thims than the other two were, just because you've got more chocolate and more cream. So for innovation, they probably get a 4 because it's a little bit different to the usual taste. 4. Yeah, nothing majorly special. It definitely doesn't look like that inside. The fact that they've done 2 separate halves and then just fused them together with chocolate, I reckon they could have got a lot more cream in there. So a little bit disappointing actually. They are probably my least favourite out of all of them. I kind of expected that. Next up, we have the Kit Kat mini eggs. Now these I think are going to be the most different from the original Kit Kats because they're going to have less wafer in. Even from the picture, you can tell they're like speckled with wafer. So let's try them. I think they must all be done by the same company because they're all so similar. Isn't it Nestle that do these? Okay, so this one is split by diagonal or like horizontal. Let's see if we can open it. No, I don't think we can. I'm gonna bite this way. Okay, as we expected, they taste like a Kit Kat, but they are way less wafery than a Kit Kat, like I expected. But the flavour of the wafer is still there. It's still really strong wafery. I actually quite like those. They aren't too wafery, but they're very, very chocolatey. So if you find a Kit Kat has too much wafer in it, these would be quite good. Again, for innovation, I'm giving them a 3 because they are basically a Kit Kat just in an egg form. None of these have blown my mind. None of these are crazy different. These are just literally, in my opinion, capitalizing on the fact that it's Easter and pushing their brand out there. I don't think any of these are majorly special and I wouldn't rush to the supermarket to buy them again. They're not horrible because, you know, they're the classic favorites that we love and that's why we love them. But I wouldn't say they're majorly interesting for Easter. Let's move on to the hot cross buns. These are something that are very traditionally Easter. The Dippy egg ones I think are going to be the most unusual. So shall we start with those because they're just calling at me. Now these were £3.50. I think the cheek of them, if I'm honest, I love M&S. I love a lot of stuff from M&S, but they clearly know what they're doing because these are very, I would say, a viral type style food. People are making videos of them. They are selling out really quickly. Therefore, they've made them the most expensive ones. These are £3.50. You've got the lemony ones, which are £3. You do get 4 and you get 6 here, but they're smaller. So weight-wise, 204. There's less here. There's 204 grams here, 252 grams here. So that is really cheeky. They've made it a viral type product. They've given you more hot cross buns, but actually made them smaller and actual less weight, and they've charged more for them. Clever, but a bit sneaky. Then your regular hot cross buns, well, these aren't regular, these are cheesy hot cross buns and they are £2. However, I picked them up at £1.20 because they were reduced. And the blueberry ones were also originally £2, but I picked them up at £1.32 reduced. And they have the most weight out of all of them. So that is really, really cheeky, M&S. I love your innovation, but I think that's taken the mickey a little bit. Anyway, without further ado, I am going to try these because these look so cool. I can see that they're coming out. Now, I think it's probably better if I cut them. Let me go get a knife and a plate. So this is what they look like inside. Very small, not very filled indeed. They do have, what looks like egg yolk. I actually don't like eggs that much, so this kind of makes me feel sick, but it's not real eggs. So let's just go in and try it. I would say I'd prefer like what looked like a cream egg in these, but hey ho. If we break them apart, you do see a bit more of it. Not what I was expecting. I think I thought they were going to be filled with what was like cream egg filling. It's actually more like custard. like a really eggy custard, which makes sense, they are an egg. Now it does say, ready to eat, soft and rich cocoa buns with a smooth and yellow white chocolate filling. I wouldn't say this tastes like chocolate. To me, this tastes like an eggy custard. No, I don't like it. It's really, really custardy. I wouldn't say it's chocolatey at all. I think I've had enough. So for innovation, I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10 because I've not seen a Dippy egg hot cross bun ever, and I think it's a fantastic idea. For taste, I'm gonna give them a 5. They're really nice hot cross buns. I just had in my head that it was gonna be like the cream egg filling and not like custard. I'm not a massive fan of eggs and I'm not a massive fan of custard, so I don't really like the flavour of them. But if you like custard, and you like eggy desserts, then this would be a real hit for you. I do think they're quite overpriced. £3.50 for 6 mini hot cross buns is just quite a lot of money. That makes them 60p, pretty much, or like 58p a hot cross bun, which I think's quite steep. But for the innovation, maybe that makes sense. So I'm not completely mad about it. Would I buy them again? Probably not. Would I recommend them to others? I think they're fun to try, and if you like custard, then yes. But not my favourite hot cross bun at all. Let's try the lemony ones next. Now these are also filled, which I think is quite a good idea. I actually don't think I've tried filled hot cross buns before this year, so I like the innovation. Lemon is not my favourite flavour in the whole world. I don't particularly like it in a cake. I love it in savoury, not necessarily sweet. But there's something about these that are really drawing them to me. They are filled with lemon curd. It says they're ready to eat, made with candied Sicilian lemon peel and a zingy lemon curd filling, made with Sicilian lemon juice and Sicilian lemon oil. Do you reckon these are made with Sicilian products by any chance? These just sound really delicious. Whether my taste buds are now changing as I'm getting older, I do find that things I used to like as a kid, I'm not liking as much, but things I didn't, I am now liking. So maybe I am becoming a lemon person, I don't know. We'll try it. Now that looks like a better amount of filling. In my opinion, that looks a lot more filled. Let's give it a squish. Oh yeah, these are looking a lot better. Okay, they don't have any fruit in apart from the lemons, because obviously traditionally hot cross buns have raisins in. Ugh. Very happy that they don't have those in because I'm not a massive fan of raisins. Let's try it. Also, I quite like a hot cross bun toasted. Don't think you can toast these because they're filled, but I don't know if that's a huge issue. Wow. Okay. I think my taste buds are changing because that is amazing. That is so sweet, but so sour. That is delicious lemon curd. The bun is a little bit dry itself. I was expecting like chunks of lemon in there, by the way they said candied lemon, and I haven't really got that. But that curd is delicious. It is so fresh. It is so rich in flavour. I'm definitely getting the Sicilian vibe. I am very, very happy with that. I think that is really delicious. I would give this an 8 out of 10 for innovation. Again, they are just lemon flavoured, but they're filled, and I haven't really seen that from a hot cross bun. The stripes are yellow for lemons, so I think an 8 is pretty fair for innovation. For taste, I think I'm also gonna go 8. I think that the curd is really, really good. It's really fresh, and I would definitely buy these again. And if you're a lemon lover, I would definitely recommend these. Sometimes curd can be a bit eggy. It's not. It is really fruity and really, really fresh. Those are probably my favourite so far. Very happy with them. Next, I'm gonna try the blueberry. I picked these up because I am blueberry muffin obsessed. I love, love, love blueberry muffins. Blueberry hot cross bun seems like a great idea. Now these say they are fruity and sweet, packed with juicy blueberries, Vortisia currants, never heard of those before in my life, and cardamom. So they're not just blueberry, they have other bits and bobs as well. So for innovation, I'm gonna go 8 because no, they're not filled. Maybe if they were blueberry filled, that'd be really good. But with adding the currants that I've never heard of and the cardamom, sounds like a great idea. Now, they are very sticky. They've kind of got stuck to the bottom. They smell like blueberry muffins, and they're definitely cardamom-y. This is what they look like inside. Now I reckon these are probably the best ones to kind of cut in half and toast. I really like this because they're still fruity like a hot cross bun, but they're not raisins, which makes me very happy. I am gonna try this just completely plain and not toasted with any butter, but let's see. I'm a fan of that. That's really nice. Very, very cardamom-y, which is really nice. I don't know what traditionally they have in hot cross buns. I want to say I think it's cinnamon. It's usually ground ginger, cloves, cinnamon in like a hot cross bun. Cardamom is not a traditional hot cross bun flavour, but it works. That's really, really nice. I actually wasn't expecting that when I picked these up. I thought they were just gonna taste like blueberries, but to have that cardamom twist is really delicious. And it brings a little bit of traditionality into the hot cross bun because it's like a herb and like a spice. I really like those. I think for innovation, I'm gonna go again an 8. They could, I reckon they could get away with doing a blueberry sauce in there. I think that would be good. But they're very blueberry, they're very spicy, they're almost very traditional. I really, really like those. For 10, I'm gonna give them an 8 as well because they are delicious. I'm very, very happy with those. I think I would probably actually prefer those to a traditional hot cross bun. Yeah. I'm very happy with that indeed. Okay, lastly we have the cheesy hot cross buns. Now I think I've had cheese hot cross buns before. When I worked at Waitrose they did them. To have them with bacon for a bacon roll instead of just like a normal roll, and they were really good. But I wonder what M&S tastes like, so let's have a look into them. Now I think obviously these are probably really good toasted. They're like a savoury option, which is a great idea. I like the flecks of cheese that you've got in them. They do look so, hot cross buns are just so cute because they've got the little cross. They are very, very sweet. Now these are what they look like inside. They do look a little dry, and I probably would say I'd prefer a bit more cheese in there. Imagine if they had a cheesy, gooey filling. Now that would be really good. Maybe next year, M&S. But they're very springy. Let's try. Yeah, yum. They're very, very cheesy. So they're made with extra mature Barber's cheddar and chunks of smooth red Leicester. Now I wouldn't necessarily say that I can see the chunks of red Leicester, but they taste very good and they are very cheesy. You can tell it's strong cheese. They are very nice and they would make a really good bacon sandwich. As you can tell by the picture, they've recommended putting it with egg and bacon. Great idea. I love that. Again, for innovation, I'm probably gonna go 6 because I have seen them before, but they're a great idea. And then for taste, I will go 8 because that's a really nice cheesy hot cross bun. Those are all my snacks that I'm gonna review today. I think my favorite one overall has to be potentially the blueberry or the lemon hot cross buns. They were really nice. I don't know whether it's because my tastes are changing or they are just the best. I think the eggs were all a bit of a letdown. They're very, very similar and I don't think I'd recommend those. The hot cross buns, if you're a hot cross bun fan, give them a go. I think they're really good. They're not crazily overpriced like actual Easter eggs are, but especially if you pick them up on the reduced, that's quite handy. But they are really different and really nice to have as an Easter treat. M&S has come through as it usually does. They always do quite a good job on their food. Very happy indeed. A little bit let down by the Dippy egg ones because I think like a cream egg in there would taste good, but maybe they can't do that because that's technically stealing a different product. So yeah, maybe next year they should do one that's got like a cream egg filling because I'm not a fan of the custard. But otherwise, yeah, really, really happy indeed. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these yourselves and what you thought of them, or if there's anything else you'd like me to try, let me know. If you want to see more videos like this or just random vlogs or bits and bobs, then please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye.